Hi Grade 3-4, welcome to Art Today. We are looking at a drawing that has a one-point perspective when it contains only one vanishing point on the horizon line. Now that can sound a little bit confusing, but take for example these images. For example, when there is a road or a railway track running in the centre of the page, the vanishing point, so a little dot, is where the road meets the horizon and disappears. So what is a horizon, you might ask? That is when there is a line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet. You will need a bit of paper and you will need a ruler. You also need a pencil, a marker, and you'll need some colouring things for next week. You've got 2 weeks to do this artwork. Grade 3-4. So the very first thing we are doing is we are going to draw the horizon. Okay, so the horizon is a line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet. Right, so if you're looking at a sunset, or like maybe over an ocean, this line will be where the ocean is and this is where the sun will meet. But we're not doing an ocean scene, okay? What we're doing is I want you to maybe find the middle of your sheet, maybe move down a little bit, and I'm going to draw a line with my pencil across. Now this is my horizon line. Now in the middle of that horizon line I'm going to draw a small dot. And that's my vanishing point. So that means that everything is going to meet that point. This is the furthest part on my page. And I'm going to draw a road that goes quite large and it goes in and meets my vanishing point so it looks like it's really far away there. So with that in mind, I'm going to now take my pencil and I'm going to draw one side of the road, starting wide, and I'm going to go in, meet my vanishing point, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, now you don't have to do exactly like me. You could do a winding path as long as you're showing your vanishing point and it going from something larger to something smaller. Now I'm going to put in my lines on my road, and because this is close to me it looks large, these lines are going to be large. Okay, so these get smaller and smaller the further away they get until they are like little dots. Okay, that's a little hard to see, but once we go over it with a nice permanent marker, black marker, it'll be easier to see. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add trees. Now, like we've been looking with perspective, we did a little bit of this last year as well. Things that are close to you are larger. Things that are further away will be smaller. So before we do anything in the background here, we're going to have big mountains coming up. We're going to do some trees. That's the next thing we're doing. Next point is I am doing nice big trees. Now they can look like anything, I don't mind. This is your picture, but I'm just going to do a nice big tree. Make sure you use your tree trunk. This one's going a little off the edge of the page here. You could even put fruit in your tree, I don't mind. This one's going to go a little bit over my horizon. Because I'm doing it in pencil, I can rub parts out as well. Okay, so I've got 2 big trees here. They're going to get smaller and smaller, so I'm going to add a few more here that are a bit smaller, and then we are overlapping. So I'm going to put, so you see how this tree is a little bit smaller? Here's its trunk and it's behind. I haven't drawn through this front tree. I've stopped here and I've stopped here. Let's do another one. Now you can see I haven't gone through this tree either. I've stopped so we know that this is behind. This tree is big, it gets smaller. And again, let's add a few more in that get smaller and smaller. Okay, you can see that one is further back, it's smaller. And now really tiny trees in the background. I'm going to overlap now, put another tree here. I'm going to go over my horizon line a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in mountains. Okay, so this is going to stop on my horizon line and it's going to come to my vanishing point. I'm not going to go over, I'm going to always come back to this vanishing point. So it looks like my road is going through a valley of mountains. So, okay, that's one mountain. Do another one, and this one is going to meet my vanishing point. I'm going to do the same on the other side. To my vanishing point. And there are my mountains. Can you see how it looks like this road is going to go through the middle of my mountains to look like a valley? Maybe you've got some snow on top of your mountains. This is totally up to you. Okay, and in the sky, maybe we've got some clouds. Maybe you've got birds. Maybe there's a sunset in the middle, because remember, this is the horizon. Maybe there's a rainbow. Totally up to you with what you would like to draw today. So at the end of week 1, I would like you to now go over all of these lines with a black marker so they pop out of your page if you have one, and then we can start colouring. Grade 3-4, I finished drawing my vanishing point picture here, my mountain picture. Yours can look completely different, I don't mind, but the next step is to add colour. So at the end of week 1, this is what you should have drawn. Can be as detailed as you like. Maybe you've got flowers all through here. It could be any sort of scene as long as there's a vanishing point. And then in week 2, you're going to be adding colour. I'm going to pause now and I'm going to show you a whole lot of these sorts of drawings to give you inspiration that are added with colour. You can use pencils, textures, watercolours, I don't mind, but I look forward to seeing your results.